just trying to strike up a conversation and be nice like nothing ever happened. Didn't start off by addressing the previous situation, which caused us not to talk for maybe a couple of days. And they would just try to carry on like nothing ever happened. And to me, I felt like that was weird. It's weird for me because I'm used to when situations occur between two people, I felt like it's only right to put it on the table, talk about it, work through it, and move past it. This person, no, never want to talk about anything. Even when I brought it up, would tell me like, you just trying to remain in the past, you know, why you keep bringing up the past? Like, because the past matters. The hell are you talking about? The past do matter in this situation because we got to address what transpired that caused friction between us to begin with, so we can make sure we don't keep going to that place experiencing the same situation between us that's causing issue after issue when we can just, you know, address it and move past it. So that was like something to me that I looked at that I didn't like. Also, they would like to try to ghost. Things are going pretty cool, having a good time. They're out of nowhere. I don't hear from them, can't get in contact with them. And for no reason, nothing bad really happened. They just all of a sudden just don't, I'm texting them. Probably was texting them a couple hours ago, texting or calling, and it was like nothing. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. To me, it made me feel like there's nothing wrong with me because I hadn't done anything. So to me, I looked at it like it's something wrong with you. Like you're being weird, you acting, really acting unusual to me. And it just, you know, threw a red flag up for me. As, you know, I feel like if you're on some mature shit, like, why are you doing that? And it seemed like this is kind of normalized in society today with the whole ghosting shit. And I think that's really immature and weird as hell. To me, it just says that you're a person that can't communicate and you're a fucking coward, for real. You're either a person that has problems communicating, you're a coward, or you like to play games. And, you know, that's pretty childish to me. You can't straight up talk to somebody and tell them what the issue is, or if you don't want to deal with someone for whatever reason, why you can't be like man or woman enough to just vocalize how you feel? It ain't like it's gonna be the end of the world. It's just communication. People are scared to communicate these days. It's ridiculous, the whole ghosting shit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, like, what is so accepted as, you know, the thing to do in this day and age, you know, in society. It's weird as hell to me. But, you know, I guess I'm looked at typically as the weird one because the things that I'm not willing to accept that's acceptable in society. But I'll be that. I'll do that. So that was another thing. And I brought that up. And it was kind of like I was speaking Greek or something. Like they couldn't even understand what the fuck I was really getting at. So I was like, this ain't looking too good. This ain't looking too good. And then, you know, in addition to that, just seeing all these things started to become more and more of a turnoff for me. As I got more acquainted with that person, I began to lose interest over time because of how they was doing things, you know. It started to become unappealing, unattractive to me. So, like I said, they would just pop up, want to talk, and this type of stuff would constantly occur in the time that we were getting acquainted with one another. To me, like, kind of like taking a standoff approach and trying to look at the situation between us or the relationship between us from like at a distance. It just started to make me feel like I'm thinking to myself, like, do this person like toxic dynamic? Because that's what it started to look like she was trying to pull me in a toxic dynamic, and I don't do that. I don't do that. Because the behavior and the way that she did things, it was pretty much that type of cycle, that type of she would behave in that way pretty much all the time. It was never where we would handle things in a mature manner or communicating. It was always some type of just weird shit where it could potentially cause an argument or did cause a disagreement or misunderstandings. And after I saw this continuous cycle, I was like, man, I'm really not interested in this, you know. And I did bring it to her attention a couple of times. It never went anywhere. So I decided at a point that I'm gonna leave this where it's at. And it was at a time where she was on some ghosting shit. I think it was like a disagreement about something, and it's like, okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna let you have it, because I felt like she wanted me to chase her. Why you not calling? Why you not talking to me like you used to? Why you not texting? You know, the way that we've been texting, all of this shit. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't have to beg nobody to do nothing they don't want to do, because everybody's free to make their own decisions. They're free to do what they want to do, and don't let me stand in your way of you doing whatever it is that you want to do. I want you to do it. I want you to be happy, because when I make my decisions, I'm going to do things how I want to do it, and I'm going to be happy. If we ain't like on one accord and you switching up, I'm going to switch up right with your ass. For real. But what I'm not going to do, because I love myself and I know my work, I am not going to chase somebody. I don't care what you have, about what's in your bank account. Like, I'm the type of person that believes and try to practice not letting anything that this earth has to offer make me feel like I have to be attached to it, because that's the first sign of something controlling you. Feeling like you just have to have something, you have to have a certain person. That's control. That's control. Like, you can't even do your thing without feeling like I have to be attached to something, or I have to be attached to this person, or I got to be attached to this person because of what they have or what they doing for me. Nah. I want to control. I want to have control over myself. Because when I was smoking weed or what have you, my practice would be like, okay, I'll smoke for a minute, but then I have to stop, because I don't want to feel like this weed got more control over me than I do, you know. So, you know, that's just how it is. Because when some people feel like they have control over you, man, they'll take your emotions and they'll play with it, and they'll try to drag you through the mud. And you will be out here feeling stupid, dumb, hurt, upset. So I try to look at things for what they are and move accordingly.